Marietta Mehanni, and this week's muscle conditioning tip, we're going to be using some equipment. We're going to be using the Swiss ball and we're going to be using the step. Now, you'll notice that with the step, I've chosen to put 2 risers under each side, and that's to give it enough height for this next activity. It doesn't have to be the height that you use, so you might prefer to go down a little bit lower. It does change things a little bit, because the higher you are, the more aware you are of where your feet are going to be. So let me show you what we're going to do. So, facing the end of the step, sit on your ball. Now, you want a little bit of distance between you and the step because you're going to walk yourself forwards. So I think I might back up a little bit more and then walk myself forward so now my feet are either side of the step. Now, I want my lower back on the ball, so don't walk yourself so far forwards that your head and shoulders are on the ball. You want your lower back on the ball. So we're going to do an abdominal curl, but we're going to add the intensity with moving the legs. So interlace the fingers, place at the base of the neck so you're actually supporting the head. Your head's pretty heavy, it can weigh anywhere up to 8 kilos. So you want to make sure that you're supporting that head, or that neck I should say, so that you don't get sore, yeah? You don't get fatigued here first before anything else does. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do the classic curl. So I like to lead, go back, get nice and lengthened through the abdominals, and then come back up again. Now, this is not recommended for everyone that's got pelvic floor issues, so make sure that you double check with your healthcare provider or your continence nurse or your women's health physio about whether this is appropriate for you or not. You can certainly do this with a pelvic floor lift, and it's quite effective with a pelvic floor lift, but if you're struggling doing that, then it's probably not advisable. Okay, so that's the base movement pattern. And I usually do, if you are a group exercise instructor, about 2 blocks of music, and it's a 4 count move. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so coming up and down. Now what I'm going to do now is add motion with my feet. So I'm going to lift my body up and tap the step at the same time. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. Now the wobble that you'll feel on the board is going to encourage your body to activate more muscle groups through the whole body. That's why we like using the Swiss ball, because it really forces your body to activate muscles that perhaps, well, I didn't feel all that activation when I was doing the regular curl. Now that I've added the toe tap on top of the step, my abdominals are working so much harder. Yeah. So don't be frightened of the wobble. Yeah. The wobble's going to be normal. You are going to be moving a little bit from side to side as you do this, but you won't need to go up into a full big old crunch like this because you'll get enough stimulus just by doing it in this position. And that's why it's important to maintain that position with your hands to support your head. All right, so I usually do 2 blocks of that. Now people are going to move at their own pace if you're an instructor, because this wobble part will slow some people down a little bit. So 2 blocks of music doing that, and then I do a walk. So what I do is I go up, up, down, down with my right foot, up, down, down with my left foot. So I'm alternating legs that are starting this movement. You're going to sweat a little bit actually. Back, back. Lift the shoulders up, bring the shoulders down. Lift the shoulders up as I step up, bring the shoulders down. Now, you can also do the walk in the other way. So if I start with my feet on top of the step, I can lift my shoulders up as I walk down, and then go back, walk down, and this is actually a little easier. But it's great to have some variety with any of the movement patterns. And wow, this is such an intense abdominal exercise. It's so hard to believe unless you've actually done it, because it looks really easy to do. Now, I'm not doing anything really special, but the wobble that's created by my feet moving and the ball being my only stable platform for my body really challenges those abdominal muscles. I really like this exercise a lot because I'm not doing a full-on crunch, and I really want to work my abdominals in an angle that my abdominals would work in everyday life. So I'm not wanting to curl all the way up. I'm getting enough stimulus without a low repetition, which is great. I don't want to spend all day trying to do lots of repetitions to try and feel something there. So the ball's supporting my back, so the lumbar curve is maintained. And if you're able to actually lift your pelvic floor, it's a great opportunity to ask people to lift their pelvic floor as they move their feet up, for example, and then release it as they drop their legs down. Breathing's super important. Think about a point where you're going to exhale and inhale. It doesn't really matter which way because your abdominals are going to work both as you lift up and as you extend back over the ball. So just find a pattern for that. Great ab exercise, and that's this week's muscle conditioning tip.